Meow. Hi, y'all. It's your girl Anna, and as you can see, we are back in Final Fantasy XIV. And this is part 35 of our... Part 35? Part 36? Oh no, I don't remember what number I'm on. Should be in the description. I think it's part 36. Might be 35. Anyway. This is part of our MSQ series on the Oceanian Data Center. And yeah, we're currently in Heavensward, post Heavensward to be specific. And we are at the end of patch 3.3, Revenge of the Hord. I have all my numbers mixed up today. But yeah, we are doing post Heavensward MSQ, and this is part of a long series where we're going through the entirety of the MSQ for Final Fantasy XIV. And we've made a lot of progress. So in the last stream, so much happened in the last stream. But the big takeaway from last stream is we dealt with Nidhogg, and it's definitely worth going watch like the final fights and cutscenes for all that. It was a really good patch. And today we're gonna be finishing up our celebrations and then stepping into the new patch, which should be Soul Surrender. So yeah, as always, if you enjoyed the stream, please consider leaving a like. If you want to be notified about future streams, please consider subscribing. And yeah, let's jump right into it, shall we? Your battle with Nidhogg Shade will beget many an epic ballad, Renee, and rightly so. It was, without a doubt, one of your more epical victories. Though I must admit I took greater joy in seeing you emerge from the experience unscathed. And not only for your own sake. Had you not been there to aid me, those infernal eyes would still be fused to Estinian's mail. So, we saved Estinian last time. There is one scene involving Warriors of Darkness that I hope I haven't missed. You might not have... I don't know if I've seen it. The most recent thing I saw was after... the Grand Melee. I think it was the Grand Melee. Or it might have been another part. That might have been after the Peace Conference. Yet even with Nidhogg gone, I cannot help but wonder how much of our friend remains. Let us pay a visit to Lucia and beg news of his condition. Drink water, y'all. Alright. Let's make our way up. A lot of times I forget that this bridge right here even exists. Yeah, let's see how Estinian's doing. I mean, it looked like he got his throat crushed during that final fight. Among other things. Renee, Master Alphano, my honored friends. As if winning Race Valgar to our cause were not enough, you took it upon yourselves to rid us of his brood brother. I know not how to thank you. My own contribution was hardly noteworthy. The true saviors of the day were Renee and Estinian. One triumphed over Nidhogg Shade through strength of arms, and the other one through strength of will. And speaking of Estinian, what news of his recovering? The Azure Dragoon was conveyed to the infirmary, where he now resides under the care of our hospitaller captain. I am told he has yet to regain consciousness. But as you know, Estinian's mind and body were held hostage for many days. We must be patient and allow for the process of healing to begin. In the meantime, you would do well to rest and recover from your own ordeals. But surely, Sir Emmerich is never long from Estinian's bedside, and I will send word the moment there are any developments. Now, if I have satisfied your concerns, I believe Lord Edmund and his sons are most eager to celebrate your return. Very well, First Commander. Company, it would seem that we are waited at Fortall Manor. Alphino doesn't like being told that he can't go see Estinian. Yes, Sagittarius, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm having a pretty good day so far. I'm a bit tired. But it should be fine. Welcome, Mistress Lacrosse. Shall I show you inside the manor? I usually don't read that part. Hunter was wearing armor.
The heroes of the hour return.
We but did our duty, my lord. It was the memories of fallen friends and not our heroism which saw us through at the last.
Alphino, why are you so quiet?
I gave every ounce of my strength, but mine efforts would have counted for naught had the Warrior of Light not arrived to challenge the Great Worm. As a sworn knight of Ishgard, I had hoped to do more for my city.
Well, we cannot all be heroes, dear brother. Let us put away our pride for a moment and revel in the valiant deeds of our comrade. For your sterling service to Ishgard, we salute you. And while we're on the subject of valiant deeds, I believe I myself have earned some small measure of recognition. Under my watchful command, the ballistas of the Outer Ward struck down a veritable swarm of Dravanian invaders.
My lord's command was certainly watchful. He bravely watched as the siege crews took aim, and continued to watch as countless wyverns met their end. Indeed, the ward's defenders proved so well drilled that my lord had little occasion to stop watching.
There will be time enough to determine who is most deserving of recognition later. Our friends are doubtless weary from their exertions. I had chambers prepared in expectation of your return. You are welcome to retire at your leisure.
I am most grateful for your hospitality, my lord, but I believe I shall pay a visit to the Temple Knight's Infirmary. Pray excuse me.
Our master Alphino has grown. The plight of his stricken brother-in-arms pains him more than his own hurts. In which respect he has come to resemble you, Warrior of Light. Go then, visit the Azure Dragoon, and grant him what comfort you may.
I'm still curious about the fact that we absorbed Race Valgyr's eye. We didn't give it back, and he flew away without an eye. I like how we were just told to go away, and we're already coming back. Renee, my friend, what can I do for the savior of Ishgard? You seek Master Alphino? Ah, he came to relieve me of my vigil a short while ago. When he begged to sit at Estinian's side, I could not well refuse him. Though he would sooner faint than admit it, the boy must be exhausted by Reisfelger's trial and all that followed. Estinian is blessed to have such devoted comrades. My known friendship with Estinian began some 10 years past, shortly after we joined the Temple Knights. I learned his name soon enough, but Estinian barely registered my existence. I was less a fellow recruit and wore a shadow which occasionally darkened his path. And so I might have remained had fate not seen fit to intervene. While out on patrol, our company was set upon by a dragon, and we were the only two to survive. The experience forged a bond between us, as such life-threatening situations are wont to do. Despite our friendship, he remained as an intense and solitary youth, wholly obsessed with claiming vengeance against Nidhogg. Revenge was ever at the forefront of his mind. Revenge for the death of his parents. Revenge for his younger brother. I would venture that in Alphino he sees something of his lost sibling. And in the ungentle chidings of Estinian, Alphino has found the elder brother he never had. Truth be told, Estinian's tactless observation has saved me from disaster more than once, and I can well understand Alphino's affection for him. He is a friend for whom I would gladly... Lord Commander, your presence is required in the infirmary. Is he? Tell them I'm on my way. That was... What? It just goes straight into another talk? I expected us to rush away into a little instance room. Can you fix something? There we go. Quickly, Renee, we must go to him. Upon proceeding to the infirmary, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Proceed.
Estinian!
Cease your mewling, boy. It grates my ears.
Forgive me. When I saw you awaken, I could not... It was such a relief. We feared you might never wake up.
Now, Estinian. If Master Alphino thought any less of you, you would still be Nidhogg's plaything. Or dead. Aye, 'twas but a jest. I thank you, Alphino. And you too, Warrior of Light. Quite how you managed to persuade Reisfelger to aid in his brood brother's downfall I cannot imagine. But full glad am I that you did. 'Tis an honor to share the mantle of Azure Dragoon with one such as you. I, for my part, owe you an apology. When last we met, I did willingly loose an arrow at your heart. Can you forgive me? There is naught to forgive, Hameric. You but acted in defense of Ishgard as is your duty. Were you any less single-minded about it, I would not follow you into battle, nor trust you at my back. Besides, I had come to the selfsame conclusion that I would have to perish for Nidhogg to be stopped. So let us dispense with the hand-wringing. I have heard enough mewling for one day.
Heard enough mewling for one day.
Oh!
The tendrils of Nidhogg's foul presence bound up every fiber of my being, usurping my senses, but I yet retained some trace of awareness. The worm's mind was as a vast and tumultuous sea. Endlessly its black waters churned, his grief and despair at Ratatoska's murder never calming, never receding. Driven by this surging current came wave upon wave of unrelenting rancor. It was the very image of my own heart. There I saw the dark reflection of the hatred I felt after Nidhogg slew my family, when no path remained save vengeance against dragonkind. Neither one of us had a choice. But I was blessed with something Nidhogg was not. Comrades and teachers to console and admonish me. Had I not had them to gainsay my obsession, it would surely have consumed me as Nidhogg's did him, and we would have been in all respects alike. Though his shade is banished, his spirit scattered upon the sea of clouds, I feel no joy at his passing. Where once I craved vengeance, I now crave rest. Lord Commander, my hunt is at an end. I would lay down the mantle of Azure Dragoon.
My friend.
He has tired himself with too many words. I doubt not that he will make a full recovery, but he must be allowed some few days of quiet.
I too must see my path to its end. Sleep well, my friend.
So Sinian's gonna step down from being the Azure Dragoon. Interesting.
Following the battle with Nidhogg on the Steps of Faith, Sir Emery called an assembly that he might make his final proclamation as acting head of state. 'Twas there, with one decree, that the 1,000-year rule of the archbishops was ended, paving the way for a new republic. The governance of Ishgard would now be placed in the hands of high and lowborn alike, their ranks represented by the newly founded House of Lords and House of Commons. Church was separated from state. the foundation for change had been carefully laid, and the reforms proposed by Ishgard's new government passed into law without incident. His duty done, Emeric de Burrell gladly stepped down from the Archbishop's dais, only to be raised unto the highest seat in the House of Lords. Though he strove at first to refuse this honor, the unexpectedly strident voice of the Count de Durandare left him little choice but to accept. And so it was that the winds of gentle revolution came to stir.
And everyone cheering.
Prominent among the many honored guests at Sir Emeric's investiture were the ambassadors of Dragonkind, a fitting symbol of Ishgard's newfound peace. The people looked on in awe as he soared through the heavens on Dragonback. And by their cheers did they hail him an Azure Dragoon for a new age.
Stinian. Well, at least it looked like a Stinian. Race Falcon. Did his wing grow back? Looks like it did. Oh, his eye's back.
Thus were the notes of the dragon song rewritten, the din of war giving way to a rising litany of peace and hope.
His wing did not grow back. We did give him his eye back. From the memoirs of Count Edmond de Forton, Heavensward. I still wish they had given us a better setting position on Midgard Summer. Now, where did Oceanian go with those flowers? Hey, how you doing, Kazuki? Meow. I was gazing out at the sea of clouds in an all too rare moment of idleness when I chanced to behold a certain hero wending her way towards the city on Dragonback. Welcome home, Renee. Nay, 'twas no grave matter that moved me to greet you in person. Between you and me, I merely sought respite from the pressures of office. No sooner do I surrender my role as temporary head of state than I am burdened with a position of more permanent responsibility. I fancy that it echoes in some small measure to the way you must feel when your improbable feats of heroism are rewarded with still more impossible challenges. You're doing great. I'm doing good too. I'm a little tired. But yeah, I'm having a good day. The myth which guided our society for generations lies in tatters. When am I then to be scorned for building upon the system of nobility that I once sought to tear down? And what strange jest it is that places me at its pinnacle? An archbishop's bastard at the head of the House of Lords. I mean, if the people wanted you there. But these questions are for me to answer. It is not a man's nature to change overnight. This I learned through painful experience. It was this hard lesson which convinced me to take the path which we now follow. Even as we rebuild the bridge between man and dragon, so we must reimagine Ishgard, one carefully placed stone at a time. We must remember that it is not for us that we lay this groundwork, but for the men and women that our children will become. May their towers rise proudly from the foundation of our legacy. I hear word from Captain Whitecape that Oceanian has vanished from his sick room. His willfulness survives undiminished. Should you ever happen upon your unmannerly friend on your travels, pray assure him that I shall keep Ishgard safe until he deigns to come home. Deans. Thank you, Renee, and please convey my warmest regards to Master Alpha now. I don't remember if this blue quest was here before. I have many blue quests to do. Oh, drink water, y'all. You spoke with Sir Emmerich. I do not envy him his new position. Ishgard has chosen a new road, but one littered with the detritus of 1,000 years of broken faith. Yet though our people may stumble from time to time, I know of none better than Sir Emmerich to lead the march of progress. As for us, there remains the small matter of ushering in a new dawn in the shadow of inscrutable Ashian machinations. and seemingly endless procession of primals. But we too must walk our chosen path, no matter how treacherous the footing. Oh, I'm getting a wind-up Emmerich. And some robes. Okay. In the wake of Ishgard's governmental reform, new airship routes have been sanctioned. You may now travel to a selection of distant locales from the landing in Ishgard. Oh, that sounds cool. That's the paladin from the Warriors of Darkness. You grinning about. Wait. Don't tell me he means to try and go down there and get the eyes. Elidibus. Thank you, blend hairs. Nay, you need not remain there. We shall rendezvous at the usual place. All is proceeding as expected, then. Aye, there is naught to concern us, aside from one overly curious mouse. Oh? Alizane. Oh, it seems Thancred's here too. This way. Him again. It is of no moment. They will play their part, and we will play ours. It feels like the game's trying to be really... And thus did grey mists give way to azure skies, man and dragon rise above, voices joined in music. But beneath shrouded bows, beneath the scope of light, shadow stirs. Floor the Horde. Boogie-sama. That's a good name. I must have gotten that from the dungeon. What's that look like? And no on that one. Let's put our roll. I need to put this in. Whatchamacallit? I need to put the alpine coat in my glamour dresser. And there's our wind up Emmerich. There we go. I didn't accidentally... Okay, I was like, where's my House Verton kite shield? Alright. But yeah, as I was saying, the game's like trying to be secretive about Alizé. Well, I guess if you didn't do... Bahamut, you haven't seen Alizé since, like, level 25 story. Mistress Lacrosse, you are come at a most excellent time. An invitation from a truly preeminent personage was delivered to the manor but a short while ago. Would that you had been present to receive it, but in any event, Sir Emmerich de Borel, Lord Speaker of the House of Lords, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and Viscount of House Borel, cordially invites Mistress Lacrosse to dine with him at his estate. You seem surprised. The messenger assured me that his lord had broached the subject with you at an earlier date, when the arrangements for the peace conference were still being finalized. Of course, the intervening moons afford little opportunity for leisure, but with the happy advent of peace, 'tis plain the Lord Commander sees no further cause to delay. What say you? I would, but I haven't the foggiest what to wear. Any thoughts? You would ask me. Well, I'm sure that as a personal friend of Sir Emmerich, you are at liberty to wear whatever you deem appropriate. That said, when in doubt, a man of note could do far worse than an alpine coat. At least that is what Lord Manalaine has been heard to say. I assume the same holds true for ladies. When you are ready, pray report to the Astrologicum. A man of House Burrell shall be waiting there to escort you the rest of the way. So they suggest I wear the alpine coat, but I don't think this is a look for me. Do I have a more refined outfit? Probably not. I mean, I do have my red mage set. This is probably a little more refined. Nah, I'm gonna wear my normal stuff. Onwards to House Burrell. So this is Emmerich's house. Good to know. Drink water, Neil. Greetings and well met, Mistress Lacrosse. I have the honor and the privilege to serve as head steward of House Burrell. Though admittedly, our staff is somewhat smaller than those of the other noble families, being countable on one hand. Yeah. My lord will be overjoyed to hear that you have accepted his invitation. As you will soon see, we have spared no expense. I dare say a woman of action such as yourself enjoys nary a moment's respite. Aye, the battlefield beckons even now, I am sure, but for this day we bid you lay down your burdens and raise a glass to peace and prosperity. Oh, we're having a nice sit-down meal. All this plate of food's as big as me.
To think the Moogles would prove such harsh taskmasters. Forgive me. I did not know you had suffered so in your quest for the horn.
Those darn Moogles. I remember being so skeptical during this dinner scene. A Realm Reborn burned us hard, right? I mean, and we got drugged.
I must say, your spirited
recently.
accounts always come as a welcome change from the arid reports which fill my days.
Yeah, because last time we sat down at a tavern to have a drink, we got drugged. Oh no. We don't trust the champagne, the wine, we don't trust it. Some loud sound effects.
Though I have lived in these lands my entire life, to hear you speak of them, there is much and more I have yet to see. Truly, yours was a marvelous journey.
Though perhaps a bit long for my liking. No. It wasn't all sunshine and lemon cakes. Why not join me on the next time?
Well, truth be told, when I think back on the sweeping vistas of the churning mists, I do feel some slight pangs of wanderlust. Alas, much as I would like to accept your invitation, I fear my present duties with the House of Lords demand my undivided attention. Someday, perhaps. By your deeds, you have helped us to lay the foundation for lasting reform. The formation of the Republic is but the beginning, for it is not only our system of governance which must needs change. We, the people, must learn to let go of our hatreds and rise above our bloody past. I only pray that I live long enough to see us achieve some measure of success, that I might know the lost did not die in vain. I can still see you there on the steps of faith, striding fearlessly towards the worm. If you could do that, who are we to balk at the challenges ahead?
I mean, it was a really cool scene, wasn't it?
The question of how best to strengthen ties with the other great nations of Eorzea has been debated at length in the Lords and Commons of late. As you may imagine, maintaining stability during this period of historic upheaval is our paramount concern. Nevertheless, we are greatly indebted to the Alliance for their support during the Grand Melee, and it would be remiss of us not to repay their faith in kind. Of course, we owe you the greatest debt of all, and it is my hope that in extending our support to you and the Scions, we might also express our gratitude to our neighbors, nay, our fellow Eorzeans, whom we pray you will continue to protect. The Lords and Commons agree on very little, but not a soul in either house begrudges your order this offer of patronage. For all you have done and will do, we thank you.
A toast.
May I ask a personal question?
Oh, what do you want to know, Imric?
Now that the dust has settled, what will you do? Not as a scion, I mean, but what do you want for yourself?
Lord Commander, pray forgive the interruption.
News from House Fulton?
An urgent message for the Warrior of Light. I was instructed to deliver it without delay. Master Thancred returned to the manor a short time ago, bearing an injured maiden.
What?
Master Leveilleur and Mistress Tataru are tending to her wounds, but they like not her chances. Respectfully, my lord, they have requested the Warrior of Light's immediate presence.
You must go to them, my friend, and I shall go with you.
But I thought Thinker got away with Alizing. Don't tell me she's hurt.
For every ending marks a new beginning.
Who's this voice?
From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn. As did she. Only to be drawn unto another battlefield, another cause, as if by fate.
It didn't say who the narrator was. Housing.
Yes.
Is that...
Alize, Alphinaud's twin sister. She ran afoul of the Warriors of Darkness. I had been tracking them since the ceremony at Falcon's Nest. Little did I know I was not the only one. Evidently, she had learned of their activities and attempted to shadow them on her own. Poorly. I rescued her in the Twelveswood, and together we fled north. But though I made every effort to cover our tracks, they caught up with us on the Ishgardian border. And in the ensuing struggle, Alize took an arrow to the shoulder. It was only after we had made good our escape that I realized it was poisoned.
Thank you for coming so quickly. And you, Sir Emmerich.
Think nothing of it. How is she?
We have done all we can for now. Although the immediate danger has passed, the poison yet lingers in her blood.
No. We can't let this happen, Alizing.
We came to Eorzea together, hoping to bring salvation to the realm our grandfather gave his life to protect. But when confronted with the bitter realities of its politics and its petty powermongers, she was driven to anger and to doubt. She refused to become embroiled in what she termed Eorzea's squabbles and distance herself from the Scions. Though she remained hopeful of a brighter future, she would walk her own path. Would that it had not been so perilous. For all our differences, she's as dedicated as any Scion to the salvation of Eorzea. But more than that, she is my sister. To be reunited with her, only to lose her forever. Gods, even to speak the words.
Take heart, Master Alphinaud. She will be attended by our most skilled chirurgeons. Bear Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary at once. Apprise Captain Whitecape of the situation, and inform him that she is to be treated as my personal charge.
Alphino, is the Warrior of Light... is she with you? Don't go, there is something I must say.
Alizane.
The Warriors of Darkness are in league with the Ascians. Slaughtering the Primals is but the first step in their plan. They make for Zelvatol to bring about Garuda's summoning and to kill her. You must stop them.
Alizane.
I shall inform the others at once.
Master Thancred, I would ask that you accompany Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary. Your knowledge of her injuries may well prove useful in determining her treatment.
Of course.
Okay, yeah. The Warriors of Darkness, they're about to get my fist in their face. Surely they won't let her. Yes, I know. We must trust in Captain Whitecape and his Kyursians. Did they not bring Oceanian back from the very brink of death? I am uncomfortably reminded of how he mocked me for praying at his bedside for days on end. What say you, my friend? Shall we turn our attention to a matter whose conclusion we have yet the power to influence? Fisting the Warriors of Darkness? Let's go. That is not at all what I said. Shadows of the First. So the Warriors of Darkness and the Ascians are conspiring to bring about Garuda's summoning, that they might put her to the sword. Then when we first encountered them in Lost Asnath, when they were confronting Ravana, gods, has that been their aim all along? What do you intend to do, Master Alphino? There is much and more I do not understand, but I know this, a primal summoning cannot be ignored. Alizane risked her life to uncover this plot, and we squander her gift at our peril. Renee, will you accompany me to Zephitol and help me stop the Ixal's ritual? Given that Ishgard shares a border with the Ixali homeland, we have a vested interest in the outcome of this ritual. We have been willing to suffer the Beastman's intrusion into Coerthan lands to a point, for the summoning of a primal is an escalation we cannot abide. You shall have our fastest airship, Master Alphino. The mountains of Zephitol are not easily traversed, and this endeavor demands all haste. The gesture is most appreciated, Sir Emmerich, but I fear an aerial approach is destined to fail. This is their homeland after all, and Ixali dirigibles are not to be underestimated. No. Experience tells me the only conceivable approach is by land. I believe it would be wiser to cross into Zephitol by way of Mountain Pass, east of Camp Dragonhead. In that case, I shall send instructions for a contingent of the camp's knights to be placed at your disposal. They will secure you safe passage through the mountains and escort you thence to Zephitol. Zelphatal. Though my men are unqualified to confront a primal, they are more than capable of contending with the Ixal. We shall be glad of their assistance, Lord Edmund. In the event Mistress Alize regains consciousness, we will share with you any additional information she may provide. May the Fury watch over and keep you safe. Then let us be off. We can procure any additional supplies we require in Camp Dragonhead. We never got to answer Imric. But yeah, we need to go deal with this. This is a problem. Wonder what kind of side quests this guy has. The paths we walk. Interesting. So we need to go to Camp Dragonhead. I am gonna go ahead and take a short break. Well, I'll say a short break. I'm gonna make some tea as well. I've noticed that streaming like this, like, because it's like 9 o'clock at night for me, and I normally get up like at 7 a.m. So streaming late like this kills my voice. So I'm gonna make me some tea while I'm on my break. Hopefully it won't take me too long. I'll see you all in a bit. And we are back. And I have tea. It's a little too hot. I still have some water. So let's drink water now. The person that just teleported next to me, they're in the free company. They're in very say-so. And then soda. I know soda. Interesting. Have you everything you require then? Excellent. The entrance to the pass is north of Natalan, due east of Camp Dragonhead. Though it is normally guarded by a score of Ixali warriors, I have been informed that House Vorton Knights have already dispatched them. The enemy's gate lies open. We need but walk through. Alright. Go catch up with Alpha now. I bet this snow is like eating my bitrate. The snowstorm, rather. Mistress Lacrosse, Master Alpha now. As you can see, the gate is ours. Be advised that our scouts are reporting increased activity around the first mountain. Simply put, they're up to something and don't want anyone interfering. We stand ready to escort you into Zelaphatal and aid you as you see fit. Given the numbers we are likely to encounter, a two-pronged approach may be best. While the knights and I feign a larger attack to draw the Ixal's attention, I suggest you and yours attempt to slip past their defenses and locate the site of the summoning ritual. If the gods are good, you should only have to deal with some patrols. If they are not, you may be forced to do battle with the Warriors of Darkness. Oh, it's a dungeon. Do we have duty support yet? No. Alright, let's see if we can get into this dungeon quickly. It might be better if I go on a different roll. To draw, let's change to Sage. Let's re-queue up. Let's see, Anita's online. Let's see, free company members. Nope, it looks like most people are still asleep. Actually, what is our... Huh? Did I get knocked out of my link shell? That's crossworld link shells. I got worried for a second. I hadn't taken a good look at our new free company logo, but it's a fat cat and a spiral. I need to get that patch added to my shirt. I'm actually surprised we haven't found a party yet. If any of your trusted associates are willing and able to join us in this endeavor, I implore you to call upon them. But they're all asleep. Yeah, everyone's asleep. Not any of my crossworld people. Unable to retrieve. Ah. I'll let it get to the 5-minute mark, and then we'll go to Limsa. Why I gotta go through a dungeon? I can just... Oh, wow. Isn't there a cave nearby? How do we get into that cave? Oh, it's down here. We were here for the Dragoon questline, I think. The ogre's belly. Can probably switch back to my Dragoon, summon my Chocobo. These fates are so low level, I don't even think that's worth it. Yeah, I can get XP for my Chocobo. It wouldn't be a lot of XP though. Up there it goes. We got a pop. Oh, that's a big balloon. Bunch of slugs, bunch of birds, a frog. These are not the things I expected to see. Also gotta be careful of falling rocks. Okay, first mob pull went smoothly. Simple enough. And it looks like we made it to the boss. It's an Ixal on a balloon. Very interesting. Not what I expected. This is a very silly fight. Oh, we're like inside now. This is like the roost. This actually kind of reminds me of Sistasha Hord. Nope, I went a little too far forward. Should be fine. Get to take the left at. That boss has a big, like, fan. on low. Fury of the Vortex, behold. Ow, ow, stab, stab. Stabby wounds. Did not expect that. No, I do. Didn't have a very long Okay, that dropped a tornado. Oh, he cast that haste. Guess I gotta break this balloon. Oh, there's more things coming out of it. I'm assuming we need this relic. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that shield's gonna wear off. Coming storm. Nope, y'all are gone. An air stone. We can use that for the rally. It's a cool little dungeon. I like this. Out the hornbill, and then we can focus on the sky colors. Yeah. That's a big heckin' Ixal. God dang. He's jacked. I don't think I've ever seen an Ixal this jacked. Damn, boy, he thick. Summon Garuda? What? Did dude just summon Garuda? That's a baby Garuda. Another arrow thing. Summon Garuda again. Nope. No time for Garuda Premium. Nice.
Thank the gods! What happened?
It was a real thick boy, and I smacked him down.
So they were unable to see the ritual to its completion. Then Garuda is no longer a threat, and whatever the Ascians and the Warriors of Darkness were planning has come to naught. But we should not tarry. The knights have secured our path to safety.
Why does this feel like we got baited?
Well, well. What do we have here? You'd better not have killed the primal without us.
Oh. There they are. Wait, who's that? Since when were there 6 of them?
You!
Wait, I know you. Still walking, I see. I could have sworn my aim was true.
And there they are, mixing up Alizé and Alpha now.
Just what is your game? Leading us the long way so these fools could step in and claim our prize?
No. Let's not make hasty accusations. By the look of things, the ritual was proceeding as planned. We arrived at the appointed hour. It was they who erred.
It is hopeless. We cannot face them all.
What? I can totally take them.
Do mine ears deceive? A boy! So that's the way of it. Twins! You had me worried for a moment there. Know that I will happily make it quicker for you, if you just stand still.
Enough, Jarumul. We wouldn't want to upset the man in white with any unnecessary bloodshed now, would we? You've been awfully busy since we were kind enough to spare your lives.
While you were idly consorting with the Asians, you mean? 7 hells! What could you possibly hope to achieve?
Should I explain it to you? Very well. Consider it a reward of sorts for beating us here. You know the tale of Hydaelyn and Zodiac, I take it? Of the Great Sundering and the reflections it created?
I mean, we do now, but how did you know?
Across 10 and 3 they were divided. Reflections of the source, each possessed of shards of light and dark.
Just so. One of those reflections, the one nearest to the source, is our home. And we were the heroes blessed with her light.
What?
But not all worlds hold light and dark in equal measure. In ours, the power of light was greater by far. So the Asians, who once threatened our home, were no match. And they fell before us, one after another, till none were left. Victory, we thought. And then came the light. A flood of pure, blinding radiance, annihilating shadow and color and life itself. Ere long, it will consume our world, leaving naught in its wake but blank perfection.
That cannot be. Do you honestly expect us to believe such a story?
Believe what you like. But it has happened before, on a world far removed from ours. The 13th, which was swallowed by the dark and transformed into what you call the Void. Unchallenged light would condemn us to a similar fate. And so we joined hands with our former enemies, and with their aid came here, to the source. For there is but one way to restore the balance and save our home. The Ardor. Calamitous destruction with the power to break down the barriers between planes and see our worlds rejoined.
But I thought the calamities were a rejoining, though. I thought that's what Hydaelyn told us, or rather Minfilia told us.
You would doom our world to save your own? What would even become of us? Of you?
Enough. I tire of talking. You know our cause. You know what is at stake. We are prepared to do whatever it takes. Are you?
If there is aught you would say, say it. Otherwise, be gone. You have no friends here.
Why did they stay and look at us? Why would they stay behind? I mean, they tried to keep them from killing us, obviously, but... All things considered, we should be grateful to have survived that encounter. You think it could be true, that to save their world, that they must bring ruin to ours? No, it matters not. Such wanton destruction is beyond justification. Whatever their reasons, they must be stopped. The sacrifice, the loss, it ends here. Oh, we got a song. Ooh, and a card. Grounded. Grounded. Okay. Forgive me, this is neither the time nor the place for idle introspection. The knights can apprise Lord Edmund of our success. We the Lord Commander. More importantly, I should like to see if my sister's condition has improved. You may take a moment for yourself if you wish. I'll be at the congregation. Right, time to go back to Ishgard. Why do I feel like there's even more blue quests now? A recruitment notice? There's so much here. What I haven't done since getting into Heavensward? I have not touched my crafters. Huh. Probably get back onto that. Ah, there you are. Shall we make our report? It brings me joy to see you safely return to us, Rening. What news from Exvital? Zelvital? Then we were not too late. On behalf of Ishgard, I offer you my deepest thanks. As for we who remain behind, Mistress Shistola has been tending to Mistress Alizé in your absence, and I'm pleased to report that she has regained consciousness. I imagine you have many questions, especially given your recent encounter with the Warriors of Darkness. I know I do. Come, let me show you to her room. Do not worry, her condition is much improved. She is a resilient one, much like her brother. Alizé.
Alizé, how are you feeling?
Well enough, brother. Thanks to the kindness of our hosts. When they told me you had departed for Zelvital, I found that I could rest. The outcome seemed a mere formality, as did your safe return. Thank you, my friend.
I'm just happy you're okay.
I take it your mission was a success.
As if we needed any further confirmation that they are in league with the Ascians. But to save another world? I think not.
I too thought his story fanciful at first. But it is possible there may be a kernel of truth in all of this. At the very least, none of his claims contradict the word's account.
You were following these people, Alizé. Why?
I am fixing something real quick. My cat window disappeared.
During my travels, I had oft enjoyed tales of the Scions and their exploits. But after a time, I began to hear whispers of a gifted and theretofore unknown band of adventurers. Adventurers who had supposedly sworn to travel the realm slaying primals in the Scion's stead.
The Warriors of Darkness. And in the course of investigating these rumors, you stumbled upon the Ascians' involvement.
Yes, exactly.
Forgive me, but if these Warriors of Darkness mean to bring about another calamity, to what end do they hunt primals?
To prompt an escalation. To deepen the beast tribe's feelings of helplessness and despair, and thereby drive them to summon ever more powerful gods. And lest we forget, these events do not occur in isolation. With their patron deities being slain left and right, the news of man's victory over Nidhogg must surely have sown panic in the minds of the beastmen. 'Tis no wonder they wish to defend themselves.
power answered with greater power. Death with more death. A vicious cycle fueled by fear and hatred. I know it's like all too well.
Indeed. The Ascians sow discord and desperation, and the warriors of darkness reap the harvest. And so it continues.
I'll see that weird, like, shadow line in Alizé's hair.
Yet that is not the extent of their ambitions. The Ascian himself observed that once the powerless realize that the old gods have failed them, they will have little recourse but to look to a new one.
We cannot let that happen.
It should come as no surprise, but Alizé and I have uncovered evidence that the Ascians have been manipulating certain parties to ensure that a constant stream of crystals flows into the hands of the beast tribes. If we sever these supply lines, we should at least be able to slow the escalation.
Agreed. Kral and I shall journey to Xelphatol and learn what we can of the Ixal's source.
Then I, for my part, pledge to lead a similar investigation into the origin of the Nath supply.
Sir Emmerich?
As a member of the Eorzean Alliance, Ishgard is honor-bound to play an active role in maintaining the security of the realm. You might also say that I have some personal motivation, given the Ascians' dealings with my father. However, I make no secret of the fact that my knowledge of primal beings is scant at best. As such, I should be most grateful if one of your order were to assist me.
Allow me, Sir Emmerich. I have dealt with the Nath before.
Let us consult with Orianja then. Given his dedication to the study of primal beings, I should be surprised if he could not tell us something of value.
Allow me to accompany you, brother. And before you think to refuse, know that I am not the girl I once was. I shall not be a burden. You have my word.
But Alizé, you... You are more than welcome. After all, it was you who set us upon this path.
Wait a minute. I'm afraid I can't allow you to leave just yet. Not until you try on the new outfit I prepared for you.
What? Tataru's always making new outfits. What is Alizé's new outfit? I want to sing it. I guess it'll be like Alpha knows. To think that the three of us plumbed the depths of the coils and confronted Bahamut himself. Had I not been there, I would struggle to believe it. And there it is. There is our line. Shortly after we parted ways, I heard that she had taken the road on her own, apparently on a journey of self-discovering. Precisely where to I never learned, though I suspect that was by design. So she enjoyed hearing tales of our exploits, did she? My apologies for keeping you waiting. Oh, I like that outfit a lot. Right then, shall we be off? Tataru never ceases to impress. Though for a moment, I feared she might furnish you with an identical outfit. Praise the 12 she did not. Mother and father were rather too fond of making us wear matching clothes. Remember the time at the studio when that girl of yours crept up behind me in the hall and whispered, sister, please, she was not my... Can we not have this conversation in front of the Warrior of Light? I mean, please continue this conversation. So be it. Another time, perhaps. Be honest, Renee, I wasn't planning on seeking you out just yet. When I set forth on my journey, I did so with grand ambitions. As you may recall, I promised I would not disappoint you. I pray you will forgive me if I do. I've been meaning to ask about the carriage. The carriage? Oh. Ah yes, the carriage that so fortuitously arrived to spirit us away from Ul'dah after the banquet. The driver informed me that I had my sister to thank for his presence in Ul'dah. How did you know to send help? Oh, drunken brass blades are even less discreet than sober ones. Unfortunately, by the time I learned of the plot, it was too late to do anything more. Frankly, I'm still amazed Vermont managed to find you. New garments aside, I must say you seem different, more resolute than last we met. You have the look of a woman who is ready to fight for the future of Eorzea. I wonder if this line feels like it doesn't take into account Coil. To the extent of my abilities, perhaps, but I have no delusions of grandeur, nor will I pretend to have found myself or any such thing. I'm here today because I would regret it if I weren't. That is all. Fair enough. Let us depart for the waking sands, then. See if Oriange can be of assistance. Drink water, Nyang. I return to the waking sands. We have not been here in quite a while. Like the Doman ship is still down there. Oriange, apologies for calling upon you unannounced. My master Alphino, would that the scholar had seen fit to grant me knowledge of thy coming, what bringeth thee and thine here this day? The warriors of darkness have returned. Pray allow us to explain. So why is Alize playing along? Didn't she see them talking earlier? I too have heard tales in recent days of primal beings rising up only to be cast down by forces unknown. Alas, as thou didst observe, this serves but to spur the beast tribes to pursue their goals with redoubled favor. We have two objectives this time: to identify and remove the source of the beast tribe's crystals, and to take direct action to prevent any further summoning rituals from reaching completion. The second is easier said than done, of course. While we were fortunate enough to learn of the Ixal's plans before they came to fruition, we should be surprised if the Warriors of Darkness and the Ascians did not have similar designs elsewhere, of which we have no knowledge. Thou wert wise to come hither, for this very day did I receive tidings most troubling across the Strait of Merlthor. Ogamaro stirreth, and there are whispers that the Lord of Crags neareth his return. Mere rumors, mark thou, but in light of thine own discoveries, thou canst ill afford to turn a deaf ear to their claims. Aye, we must ascertain the truth of the matter ourselves. Let us consult with the Maelstrom forces stationed at Camp Overlooking. Mm-hmm. Thank you for your counsel, Orianshing. Pray inform us should you learn aught else. I shall. Mm-hmm. Alizane, if I may, brother, Orianshing, is there anything else you would like to say? Alizane? If not, then never mind. I only ask because you are normally rather more verbose. Nothing to add? Very well. Ere we depart, I wish to make a request. The Warriors of Darkness spoke of how the Order had the power to break down the barriers between planes, that our worlds might be rejoined. I would ask that you research this for us. Being nowhere near as well read as you, I'm sure I wouldn't know where to begin. That said, I've heard tell of a promising tome, the Garoon Oracles. Mayhap you could start there. By thy leave. Camp Overlook, was it? Very well. Yeah. So I guess Alizé trust whatever Oriange is up to. Greetings, Renee. Though I would not discourage the company, few cross the threshold of the waking sands on a mere whim. Dost thou require mine aid? What quest am I on? I'm turning in a quest. The Lord of Levin was returned into the forest. The sylphs challenged the Sahuagin for swiftness of their summoning, and thy account doth pay. Oh! Apparently I never finished turning in quests from doing the extremes. Thy stern expression bespeaks thy understanding. Even the denizens of the Twelvewood possess no immunity against Ashian manipulations. Once more we are reminded that only with lifting the darkness shall this primal nightmare cease to haunt us. We shall prevail, Warrior of Light. By the radiance of thee and thy companions we shall prevail. Well, there we go. Apparently I never turned in the quest after beating Ramu. Haven't been in the solar in a long time. It's still quite empty. Right, let's go to Camp Overlap. But I better be the sulfur. Dang, it must smell really bad here. Come, let us speak with Commander Bladen and see if there is any truth to these rumors concerning Titan's return. 7 hells. At this rate, I'll have to appeal to the Maelstrom Command for reinforcements. Huh. Whatever it is, we don't want any. Oh, fancy that. Just when my Kobold problems looked like they're coming to a head, the Scions of the Seven Dawn turn up. It's in to pitch in. Bloody brilliant timing is what it is. Right then, let's get to it. So our friendly neighbors in Ugamaru have got much more aggressive as of late, just as you said. Matter of fact, our scouts spotted one sniffing about the stores just now, likely looking to make off with an armful of crystals. I'll be damned if I'm about to let that happen. Lend a hand and help us search the camp for the little bugger, would you? Running. Our Maelstrom friends seem notably more agitated than when we first arrived. You happen to know why that might be? A kobold in the camp, you say? That would appear to corroborate. Why do I feel like I'm struggling to say corroborate? Corroborate? I can pronounce this word. That would appear to corroborate with Oriange's information. Yes. To be so reckless as to infiltrate a Maelstrom camp and draw attention to their efforts is passing strange. Well, there will be time to think on this later. For the present, we must do everything in our power to prevent Titan summoning, and that means finding and questioning this kobold. My poor throat. Alright, where is this kobold hiding? There's Alizang. One of the scouts said he looked quite small for a kobold. Would he be hiding somewhere like this? Like under a thing? Looks like Alphino over there. Surely all this commotion cannot have escaped the kobold's notice. If he has any sense, he'll attempt to quit this place, will he not? You think he's hiding further out? Aha, we found them. Gasp! We need to catch this little guy before he gets away. Where did he go? There he is. So stay back. Away, far back. I'm not a... That's no use. Pointless. Hopeless. No use. Why don't we just grab them? They were like backed against a corner. Did they have to really run like in the area of a feint? Please don't hurt me. I only wish to talk. Yes, just talk. I got. Then stop running away. This is a stupid plan. Stupid. But if I tell no one, then everyone will. Gosh, you found me again. What to do? I come in peace, only to talk, speak, say, talk. So please do not hurt me. But this is our wily kobold infiltrator, is it? No wonder the soldiers were on edge. Could very well have given one a bruised knee. Huzzah, we got him. Fine work, Scions. So little one, thought you could sneak into my camp, did you? Plotting to steal my crystals, were you? No. I came to talk, to ask for help. But when your soldiers saw me, they drew their weapons and shouted, and I... Now. Let us all take a deep breath and discuss this like civilized individuals. What is your name, child? Pikmin Gabu of the 620th Order. At least, I will be a Pikmin one day. Well met, Gabu. I am Alphino, and this is my sister Alizang. Renee, the woman who found you, is our friend, and now that you know our names, we can be friends too. Now, Commander Bloyden here thinks you wanted to take his crystals, Gabu, but you said you came to ask for help. Why to us and not your own people? What happened, Gabu? Can you tell us? No one's going to hurt you, alright? Not while we're here. I promise. The Patriarch, the Patriarch is gonna summon the Great Father again, and you have to stop him. Beat him, fight him, stop him. Gabu's parents said they didn't want it, and along with many others, but the Patriarch wouldn't listen. He was so angry, raging, fuming, angry. He said that they don't have iron in their hearts. They would serve as coke for the furnace, and then the guards took my parents and the others away, and I haven't seen any of them since. Coke for the furnace? I do not want to believe it, but I've heard tales of foci fashioned from the bones of beastmen, which worshippers use in their rituals, hoping to summon more powerful incarnation of their gods. By the 12, that is sickening. No one listens to Gabu, no matter how much he cries, pleads, begs, cries. They do not listen, only talking about punishing the overdwellers and praising the Great Father. Gabu loves the Great Father, but he loves his parents too. So please, help Gabu stop the Patriarch and save his parents. Commander, advise Maelstrom Command that Titan summoning is imminent. Should the worst come to worst, we will require their support. Time being of the essence, we three will attempt to infiltrate the Kobold stronghold, secure their crystals, and free the prisoners. Well, if you're sure, you'll forgive me if I don't seem optimistic. We'll make ready, just in case. You know that there are collectors who'll pay a fortune for Beastman ritual artifacts? It's perverse. I actually discarded a bunch of those earlier. I have faith that we may yet stop the ritual. We would surely have detected the associated etheric disturbance had Titan manifested already. But I cannot speak for the prisoners. 12 have mercy. That they would even contemplate sacrificing their own flesh and blood, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers. Time is of the essence. We must see what else Gabu knows and formulate a plan without further delay. I heard Great Father Titan loves crystals, cherishes, covets, loves them, and if we gather enough, he will return. That's why the Patriarch told everyone to go forth and gather them. So I was thinking, if we take all the crystals away, maybe the Great Father won't come. Very good, Gabu. I was just thinking the same thing. Do you know where these crystals are stored? I know. Oh. Several spots, each defended by a different order. Gabu wanted to steal them, but he was too afraid to go alone. Yes, too afraid to go alone. But together we can take them away and hide them. Come, Gabu will lead you to the first catch. Gabu's killing my voice. Quickly. You have them all? Good. Lead on, Gabu. This way, this way. I like how Alphino had his book drawn, ready to fight, and Alize just had her hand on her hip. Okay, this time Alize has her book count. Time is short. If you have the crystals, we should move on to the next cache. Did you hear me, brother? Brother? Aye, it's just that... I'm quite certain that crate once bore guardian seals. Someone took great pain to remove all traces, but enough remains to make out the pattern. See for yourself. I struggle to imagine kobolds traveling to Korthus to obtain crystals, much less bothering to conceal their origins. I suspect these crystals were smuggled into Vilbrun by another party, most likely a pawn of the Ascians, as Thancred speculated. I don't understand. Who are the Ascians? Do they worship Great Father Titan too? Never you mind about that. As Alize said, we do not have a lot of time. Can you lead us to the next cache, Gabu? Yes, of course. Gabu knows the way. The next one is the last, and is very large, very big, very huge, very large. Now I am curious who they managed to get these crystals from in Ishgard. Though you cast about for a time, you see no signs of crystals. Confound it, what about you, Renee? Any luck? Nothing, but this cannot be. Gabu saw them. Spotted, saw. Think, brother, think. They must have moved them, yes? The question is, where to and why? Within Ogamaru, where they summoned Titan once before and mean to do so again, it's the only explanation. What about Mother and Father and the others? We have to help them. And we will, Gabu. We will. Stay calm. We still have time. They have yet to call for the remaining crates, yes? If they had, then they would have found the other caches empty and sounded the alarm. Nevertheless, I believe the time for stealth has passed. We must breach the navel and seize the remaining crystals. There is no other way to prevent Titan summoning. But first, give me your crystals that I might deliver them to Commander Bloiden's custody. We dare not take them into the bowels of the mountain. That would be pretty smart. Alphino is right. To be folly to deliver the kobolds, the very thing we sought to deny them. The crystals, Renee, if you'd be so kind. Thank you. I shall deliver them to Camp Overlook for safekeeping and brief Commander Bloiden on the situation. Pray go on ahead. As I recall, there's an aetheryte within Ogamaru mines that should deliver you to the navel. Gabu doubtless knows the way. Wait for me there, and I shall rejoin you anon. Strange. I would have thought you eager to remain in the thick of the action. But if this is what you would prefer, then Godspeed, brother. This way, this way. Very curious indeed. Imagine being the warrior light and a crafter, You got any idea how many crystals you carry into these tribe areas? I know, right? I mean, I got a good number of crystals. Well, I think I sold most of them. When the new Savagery came out, because they were worth a lot of money. I just realized I'm still on Sage. I'm supposed to be on Dragoon. Ah, I take this as the 8th right you seek. Right then. As soon as Alpha arrives, we go. I trust you're feeling suitably heroic, Rening. There's no telling what sort of resistance we'll face in there. Quickly, you clods, briskly, swiftly, quickly. We will not suffer any further delays. Lay down your arms and surrender. We have your crystals. There will be no summoning this day. Overdwellers? Here? But how did you... Where are my parents, Patriarch? Where are they? Oh no. Mother? Father? Coke for the furnace? You monster, how could you? We are but servants of the Lord of Crags. We are his, that he may drink of our blood and partake of our flesh, that he might draw upon the strength of his children and defend them from the tyranny of the overdwellers. No, Alizang, not yet. I understand, Patriarch, I do. Your fear, your anger, your hate. You would do anything to protect your people, anything to deliver them from despair, whatever it takes to ensure that those who threaten you can never do so again. But in your single-minded pursuit of this objective, you have brought suffering to your own kith and kin. You have sacrificed the lives of the very people you sought to protect. But it need not be this way, Patriarch. Renounce this bloody course, cease your attempts to summon your god, and work with us, together, to build a lasting peace. Another peace to be abandoned at the Overdwellers' convenience. Oathbreakers, all of you. Liars, betrayers, oathbreakers. You take, and you take, and you take. And when you've had your fill, you sue for peace. You promise that this time it is the last, until you grow hungry again. And when we dare to defend ourselves, you declare that this beast tribe cannot be suffered to live, that our God drains the lands of ether and brings naught but suffering, death, destruction, suffering upon us all. I will hear no more lies from you and yours, Overdweller. You have ruined your own lands, you will not ruin ours. I said I'd come for you, and I did. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Say something. Please. 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 Wait, did Gabu just summon Titan? Wake up. 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 Did Titan just smile? Wait, Titan's beating up the kobolds? Seven hours. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Do or do not. There's no trying. But no, why would you hit him? Alpha now. Leave him to me. Oh. It's Ebony Carbuncle. We must away. Wait, why are we leaving? I could take out Titan on my own. He's breathing and I don't see any injuries, but I can't seem to wake him. By the 12, how could I be so foolish? I should have known better than to let Gabu accompany us, given what we were like to find. His anguish and despair have served to birth a primal, just as surely as with the supplications of the faithful. Worse, being born of such tumultuous emotion, this incarnation of Titan seems incapable of naught but violence. You have but one cause for optimism, is that while many crystals were present, they represented but a fraction of the quantity intended for the summoning ritual, meaning that Titan must be far weaker than planned. Be that as it may, he is yet a primal, and the longer we leave him to bleed the land of ether, the stronger he will grow. And should Titan be permitted to leave Orgrimmar, more lives will be lost. The Maelstrom will rally their troops, and the cycle will continue. Renee, you know what must be done. Will you face the Lord of Crags once more? Thank you, my friend. Alizé and I will tend to Gabu. When you have finished with the primal, look for us in Camp Overlook. We'll be expecting you. Wait, is the game really making me do Titan hard? Why? I've already done Titan hard. It seems kind of silly. Guess we'll deal with it. What's my highest level job? Red Mage? No, my gun. No, Red Mage. Red Mage. Guess we're going on Red Mage. This seems so silly. Why make me queue up for this fight? How long am I gonna sit in this prison? There we go. Probably should have healed myself. No. Again? Oh, this is taking so long. I almost feel like it would have gone faster if I had a group. It definitely wouldn't have gone faster if I had to find a group. I probably missed it in that. Again. I mean, at least we got good Titan music. Hey now. No. He's at 9.9%. Come on. It was really silly that they made us do Titan hierarchy. Really unfortunate I don't have a job at level 90 to fly through this. Yeah. Oh, can't fly through that. Yeah. You're back. Gods, what a relief. Abu's still not saying anything. Ah, there she is. Did I not tell you she would return safe and sound? The deed is done then. Titan is no more. Good. There's been enough tragedy this day. He has been like that since he's regained consciousness. We believe he can hear us, but he has made no attempt to respond. He is almost certainly still in shock, but we cannot discount the possibility that he succumbed to the Primal's influence. Should that prove to be the case, he must be put to death, like any other thrall. Such is the Alliance's policy. Yes, you have the right of it. But we must not rush to conclusions. After all, we once feared that Alize's followers were beyond reason, and that Ysel's followers were beyond reason, and many have since laid down their arms and accepted Ishgard's peace. We can but watch, wait, and pray. Poor Gabu. There is not to be gained from dwelling on an eventuality over which we have no control, much less one which may never even come to pass. Let us tend to more immediate matters, informing Commander Bloyden of Titan's demise, for example. You may be certain that he will be glad of the news. Would you be so kind as to break it to him? Ah, you're a sight for sore eyes. When the others came back without you, I feared the worst, but they said you had matters well in hand. All settled then, is it? I'm glad to hear, but not half as good as my men'll be. Believe you me. Regardless of whether or not he was summoned properly, a primal's a primal. There ain't a soul in the maelstrom that hasn't lost a friend to one. Don't get me wrong, we were all prepared to do our part, but we weren't so naive as to think we'd live to tell the tale. Thankfully, of course, it didn't come to that, which, my friend, sounds to me like cause for celebration. Now, I know you have a lot of places to be, but why not stay the night? We would be honored to raise a glass to the triumphant return of Titan's Bane. Grilled fishies. Alizing.
Who goes there? Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp. He hasn't been feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, alas. It's so quiet out here. The stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space. Dawn may banish even the darkest night. How bitterly beautiful, those words. I should be stronger for all my experiences. Yet my heart aches more than ever.
Yeah.
I never understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness, I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not fathom how these people were more deserving of his love than his family, than me. But when Grandfather revealed the whole truth of the calamity to us, I finally understood. And I resolved there and then to continue his legacy in my own way. My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them. I have lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve and of the people whose actions I could not understand. There were others, of course. Good people. People with whom I felt a kinship, whose lives I could not save. I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end? But then I recalled Grandfather's words to my father, years ago before he left Charlayan behind forever. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing. We have to try, do we not? Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do. There were times while I was tracking the Warriors of Darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Urianger, of you. Oh, pray forgive me. This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it? Mayhap you could recount some of your adventures in Ishgard.
Yes, Eldy, I've already done Coil. That is why she talked as much. Like, she definitely brought up stuff you would only know if you've, beaten Coil. Under some rather unique circumstances, I had the pleasure to fight along Sir Imric. When Alphino and I came at last to the Dravanian hinterlands. Oh. Do I talk about Estinian and Yusel? Or do I talk about Alphino?
Gods! They must have been at each other's throats from dawn till dusk. I dare say you managed to keep the peace, though. Merely being in the presence of the Warrior of Light is surely enough to shame anyone into behaving. The hopes and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, Warrior of Light. As long as the sun rises, we can but carry on. For the sake of those we hold dear.
Yeah.
To what end dost thou cling to the tainted gifts of the Mother?
Every tool has its purpose. Even this. Well, what is it?
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
Is that Orion?
What did the man in white have to say?
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
Well, that's easy for him to say. It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scion's thoughts, and thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
Foresee? Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
Pray do not mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation. Shouldst thou be of like mind, pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardor belongeth not unto the Ascians alone.
Oh?
With thine own hand strike down thine enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all-too delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
Orion, why are you telling him to strike us down?
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
Very well. Draw her out. We'll make it quick.
It shall be done.
Orion, what are you planning? And it sounds like the Warrior Darkness does not want to go through with this.
What good a creed one cannot uphold? What hurts soothed? What lives saved? Oh, hapless fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands? Minfilia, my friends, I shall not now beg your forgiveness. Full deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path. As Moonbreeder remains steadfast, so too shall I.
What are you trying to achieve, Orion? Is he doing all this just to try to save that reflection? But what's going to become of this, of us, of our world? What ho, Renee? I trust you had a good night's rest? It was but this moment speaking with Thancred and Y'shtola via Link Pearl. Oh, I was but this moment speaking with Thancred and Y'shtola via Link Pearl. They had some interesting news to share. Apparently, during the course of their respective investigations, both came across crates which had borne Ishgardian seals. It would seem that someone in the capital has been very busy indeed. Accordingly, the Temple Knights have launched a full-scale investigation. Sir Emmerich believes that it is only a matter of time before the culprits are found, but we shall have to wait and see. In the meantime, it seems only prudent to look into the recent activities of the other tribes, in case they too are flushed with the Ishgardian crystals. And with that in mind, I suggest we pay Oriange another... Wait, where is Alizang? She was here a moment ago with Gabu. Eh? Actually, where are we patch-wise? Should be easy for me to check, because we had discussions with Bladen. So we're in Soul Surrender. The patch notes aren't telling me anything, because it's all like hidden under question marks. Okay, so patch 3.5 starts with an ending to mark a new beginning. Okay. So we still have time. Speaking of time, how are we doing? We have a little over an hour left. Let me go ahead and take a short break. Since I haven't had a break in like an hour and 50 minutes. But yeah, I'll be right back. Yeah, and we're back. Drink water now. Alright, so where did Alizé go with Gabu? There's Alpha now. There they are. Ah, let me guess. It's time to leave, isn't it? My apologies for disappearing again. If it's any consolation, I have already packed my things. How is Zing? Brother, Commander Bloyden, something tells me you're not here solely out of concern of his welfare. But to answer your question, there has been no change. He will not speak or eat. I'm not even sure if he slept. If he did, he seems none the better for it. He just shuffles about with that same expression on his face. You will look after him, won't you, Commander? Treat him with every kindness. He's still in there, I know it. Beneath the anguish and the despair, he's still fighting with all his heart. He deserves to be given that chance, until he comes back to us, until we know for certain what has become of him. Aye, you needn't worry. If he hadn't risked his neck to warn us and help you secure the better part of the crystals, this could have turned out a damn sight worse than it did. We'll not soon forget that, and nor will Maelstrom Command. I'm so sorry, Gabu. I truly am. You should never have been made to, and I know that can't possibly. And I know I cannot possibly understand. Mayhap there is nothing I can do or say. The pain, the anger, the helplessness. Hold fast to the memories of better times. Remember them as they were. And when it hurts so much your heart feels fit to burst, let it burst, and fill again with your love for them, and never ever forget. Come along, little one. I will remember them, and you, Alizé. Thank you. You spoke to us. Have faith, sister. Your words have reached him. In time, he will recover. And those who orchestrated these events will be made to answer for their crimes. A 1,000 times over, there will be a reckoning. Now time to return to the Waking Sands. Back to Dragoon. And we're almost out of Vesper Bay Aetheryte tickets. You have heard glad tidings from Ogamaru, my friends. By the grace of the 12, you and your most valiant efforts, the people of Limsa Lamensa may rest easy. I should like to think so, yes. Though we failed to prevent the Lord of Crags from manifesting, we did succeed in weakening him, enabling our friend to dispatch him before the Warriors of Darkness could make matters worse. 'Twas by no means an unmitigated success, but it will have to suffice. Then let us speak of another matter, the one which weigheth heavily on my lady's mind. As thou did request, I sought out the Garen oracles. The Gaerun I am so tongue-tied. The Gaerun oracles, that we might better understand the aims of the Warriors of Darkness. Though their copious use of allegory defieth any single interpretation, the oracles paint a most disturbing picture, one of worlds parallel to our own, apart yet linked, reduced to ruin with every humble calamity. 7 times they have succeeded, then of 10 and 3, only 6 worlds remain. All is as my lady Minfilia spake unto thee. As for what becometh of these reflections when they and the source are rejoined, frail flesh undone in umbral fires, each soul surrendereth to her call, to flow into the endless sea, there to endure as one and none. Then if the Warriors of Darkness succeed, everyone in their world will die? In essence, the verse speaketh of the reunification of the flesh and the subsequent return to the life stream. However, this fate may yet be preferable to the alternative, for if the first were to fall to transcendent light in the manner of the Warrior's Darkness described, it would give way into a void wherein none may know either life or death. For better to die, they reason, for in death there is life. The essence of a soul which returneth to the source may be born anew, saved. Such at least is their belief, I surmise. If that is true, then, gods, no one should ever have to make such a choice. Ere we speak further on this subject, I would share with thee another recent discovery. It would seem that several sizable shipments of crystals have been delivered into the hands of a certain Alamegan party. Alamegans? Strange. And you believe this to be the work of the same Ishgardian smugglers who supplied the beast tribes? I would know beyond a shadow of a doubt. Unless thou wonder at their motive, I would remind you that the Ascians did once attempt to bring about the summoning of Ralgar. The individuals who took receipt of these shipments are refugees belonging to a group devoted to the cause of Alamegan liberation. It may also interest thee to know that their Ishgardian suppliers appear to be none other than the remnants of Aline Royale's network of spies. Really? Surely you jest, and yet it's not so surprising. Bereft of leadership and hunted by the Alliance, I can well imagine such villains being desperate enough to conspire with the Ascians, assuming they even know or care who their new employers are. All of which is irrelevant. Forgive me. We must seek out the resistance group which received the crystals without delay. Renee, Alize, will you come with me to Little Alamigo? Yes, of course. I should like to hear what they have to say for themselves, firsthand. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Alphino, Alize, Renee, are you 3 listening? Good, I have tidings. The Temple Knights raided the smuggler's warehouse less than an hour ago. A cursory interrogation of the prisoners yielded confirmation that they were in the ploy of, and I hope you're sitting down, a man in black robes. Then you have them, and the crystals too. What few remained, regrettably it would seem they dispatched one final shipment in the hours before we struck. It was bound for Little Alamigo, we are told, where it would be received by members of a local resistance group. Since Sir Emmeric's men no longer have need of my services, I have a mind to head that way. As doing, by happy coincidence. We learned of the shipments but a few moments ago. Ha! And there I was thinking I might finally be one step ahead of the Warrior Light and her little helpers. Ah, wait a moment, there is more, and I defy you not to be surprised by this revelation. The leader of the Ishgardian smugglers was formerly in the employ of one Elaine Royale, the infamous Ivy herself. Once again, Thancred, I fear I must inform you that... Thancred, with whom else have you shared this information? About the smugglers? No one. As I think I mentioned, the raid was less than an hour ago. I was planning to contact Y'shtola next, but is there someone else who would have me notify first? No, there isn't. I want to know how Alphino didn't question that. When the world has gotten into her, it is twice now that we have sought Oriange's aid, and twice she has treated him as if he were a stranger. The Archon was one of Grandfather's most dedicated pupils, and spent as much time at the Levier estate as we did. He's practically a member of the family. Truth be told, I struggle to recall a day from my childhood when I did not see the three of them laughing together. If this continues, I may have to raise the matter. Later, though, Little Alamigo awaits. Alphino, you don't think it's strange that Oriange knows? I will get to the bottom of this. Oh, forgive me. It's been a long day. Did you have something to say? Oriange? Oh. I've always struggled to understand what's going on in his head, now more than ever. Listen, Renee, if anything should happen, it should be me who... Just know that I'm prepared to do what must be done. Right then, to more pressing matters, since we have no idea when Thancred might arrive, I suggest we see what information we can gather in his absence. We saw someone earlier, in a cutscene here in Little Alamigo putting on a white mask. That white mask. So to review, we were reliably informed that members of the Alamigan Resistance operating here have taken receipt of several large shipments of crystals, our task being to ascertain who and why. Given the size of the settlement, I find it hard to believe that anyone here could be wholly unaware of the Resistance movements. The challenge, of course, will be finding individuals who are both able and willing to share such information with outsiders. It would seem sensible to divide our forces. Renee, why don't you question the residents in the eastern half of town? Alize and I will do the same in the west, and afterwards we can rendezvous here and share our findings. I mean, I should have a good rapport with people here, though I feel like I would do better talking to people on the western side of the settlement. Sephirot. Come here to mock us, have we? What? Let me guess. Come to join the fight, have you? No need to deny it, friend. You're not the first to answer the Griffin's call. While he's lit a fire in every Alamigan's heart, he's also inspired more than a few Uldans to pledge themselves to the cause. And little wonder, the Garleans won't stop until we're all under the yoke. The Griffin? I see you there, going about asking questions, looking for the Griffin and his lot, I'll bet. Seems they're all the talk of Lalamiga these days. Folk wondering what he's about and what he's got in store for the Garleans, and what's under that mask, of course. Some say he's hardly got a face, but with all the scars, others reckon he's been marked for death by the Empire, that they would send a bloody legion if they knew he were here. Your guess is as good as mine. The Resistance? Damned if I know. It's not as if I'd be any use to him. If you set store by all these tales of secret weapons, good luck to you. Wait, if you set store by all these tales of secret weapons, good luck to you. But I'm too old for the mass bedtime storings. This is our lot, and it's time we got used to it. I suppose I should ask what you learned, but I think I already know. The Griffin seems to be the leader of a newly formed faction within the Resistance, the Mask. Yet despite their growing popularity, no one seems to know much about them, only that they're the most aggressively militant group to join the movement in recent memory. Indeed, many claim their commitment to the cause of Alamegan liberation is unrivaled. We can but hope their revolutionary fervor is not channeled in the direction of a primal. Though I feel confident that this is the group which received the crystal shipments. We yet lack proof. Before taking any action, I would speak with the settlement's leader to confirm my suspicions, and mayhap enlist his help while I'm about it. Given that you and Gundabald are already acquainted, mayhap it would be best if you took the lead, shall we? You haven't talked to Gundabald in a while. See, if it were me, he's the one I would have spoke to first. Much as it pleases me to see you again, Renee, I cannot help but wonder if I should be worrying. I hear you and yours have been asking questions. The Griffin, I know of him, as do we all. He and his mask have become a leading faction within the Resistance. Though there was a suspicion at first given his secret ways, he quickly proved himself a charismatic and capable commander. Men are drawn to his passion and his vision. They truly believe that he has what it takes to lead them to victory. Even I cannot help but admire the man for what he's accomplished. But I have not forgotten Wilrin. I was blind to the danger of his ambitions, and you are not. The Griffin will soon deliver a speech to our people at the second Temple of Karn. Go and see him with your own eyes. Weigh his words with your heart. How convenient. 'Tis but a pity Thancred is not here to join us. You two go on ahead. I shall stay behind and wait for him. Whatever could be keeping him, if he's taken the scenic route, leaving us to do all the hard work, I shall treat him to a piece of my mind. Dang. Alizé is like, how dare you keep us waiting? Onward to the Temple of Karn. Drink water now. Has it begun already? I hear voices coming from within.
Brothers and sisters, 20 years ago, Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire.
This guy sounds really familiar.
In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled. Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same. We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out. Building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country, or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery. The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful.
Oh?
You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight. They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us. And they have murdered us. But no more! Blood demands blood, and the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands. This I promise you, for we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Alamigan standard raised over the mountains of Gia Arbania once more!
Definitely one heck of a speech.
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that. Wait, is that...
Papalimo and Yida?
What are you two doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
Well, well, this is quite the surprise.
If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel...
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
Sure. It's Papalimo and Yida. I miss them too so much. Yeah, they've been with us since the beginning. Of all the places to meet, it has to be Fate. Mayhap it is my imagination, but you seem rather more rugged and world-weary than when we last spoke. I mean, we have a lot to catch up on, my friends. Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well. And you, though it was pretty obvious you and Renee would be fine. The Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided as they were and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea. But if you truly believe that, forgive me, what exactly have you two been doing all this time? repaying a favor. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Ul'dah, but we would not have been able to without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance. That's right, they smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in Little Alamigo, all at great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered up to help them with their operations for a while. When we learned of the Scion's exoneration, that Lolorito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves, and that General Raubon had been reinstated, we resolved to make contact. But having long since discarded our link pearls as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to a courier. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, that you never received it. To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the Mask are happy to let refugees spread the word within the community, they're pretty strict about communicating with outsiders. Oh, and we also heard a rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs. The Griffin mistrusts the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Curious, it is well known that we are no friends to Garlemald. One would think the man we saw besieging all and sundry to join his cause would welcome our support. Ah, I should say that the man you saw was not in fact the Griffin, but an impersonator. A talented rabble-rouser to boot. It would not surprise me if he were responsible for the majority of these public appearances. As you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. It's hard to know what to make of it all. The secrecy, the impersonator, the mask. And we all look at Ida. What? It's not as if I'm making all of you wear one, and mine only covers half my face. It's completely different. Anyway, when we heard the Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to make a better sense of the man behind the, to get a better sense of the man. For all the good it did. And now you've heard the whole of it, but tell me, what prompted you to take interest in the Griffin? Summoning? You're not serious? I can't believe it. The Resistance would never even entertain such a ridiculous plan, but the Griffin, well, the man is an enigma. I cannot say with any confidence that he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. The Masked have made many such claims of late. I confessed I had assumed it to be a mere bluster, but in the context of the shipments which you spoke, it is not impossible that they're alluding to a primal. Oh, you gotta go to sleep now, Sagittarius? Alright. I hope you have a good night. My poor throat. Whatever it is, we'll find out together, and if anyone tries to stop us, they'll answer to me. Indeed. That is assuming you'll have us. Of course. What is the name of the quest I'm watching for? Okay, I'm not there yet. That's insane. If, as you suspect, the Griffin is indeed plotting to summon a primal, we must needs obtain confirmation while there is yet time to act. To that end, I propose we question his double. Given his role as the group's de facto mouthpiece, I should not be surprised if he were one of the Griffin's closest associates, and while he may not be aware of the most sensitive details, he can probably tell us the master plans in broad strokes. Like the man whom he impersonates, however, he is wary of outsiders. He will not expose himself without a suitable incentive. My plan is as follows. You and Alphino will pose as adventurers fallen on hard times, inspired by his words to take up arms for a noble cause. Ida and I, as members of the Resistance, will recount tales of your past achievements and testify as your usefulness in the struggles ahead. With our enthusiastic assurances still ringing in his ears, he will decide to welcome you in person, and we will arrange a meeting. You will need to look the part, that we might maintain the charade until we have him cornered at least. Here, this should be enough to purchase some suitable garments from Talbot, and have him rub a special amount of dirt on them for good measure. Any questions? Yeah. It all seems simple enough. Thank you. And with that, Renee, let us be off. Xenothorn. Hashtag the ending. I wonder who that was. The name seems familiar. They don't have an adventure point. Talbot was upstairs, I think. Where was he? Ah, there he is. Eh? You want to buy what? I don't know what you're up to, but I want no part of it. A heavy leather pouch entrusted to you by Papalymo. Not all problems can be solved with a fistful of gil. For the rest, one must needs resort to a sack. Well, you're the ones with the gil, and seen as your friends of Papalymo. There, tunics and slops for the both of you, tailored and treated to your taste. Now off with you, before someone sees us together. Clothes maketh the man, as they sang. Right then, I will go and change, and see you at the spot Papalymo marked on our maps. Oh, it's this old stuff again. Are we meeting outside? We must be. This is almost like where I went the last time they wanted to summon Ralgai. Well, look at us, a pair of down-at-heel adventurers seeking a chance to recapture past glories. Yes, this should suffice. And now we play the waiting game.
My thanks, comrades.
Oh, your voice sounds so familiar.
You must be the esteemed adventurers of whom I've heard so much. I understand you have taken an interest in our cause.
I actually really like the standard, like, that's on his camp, the crest.
A great interest, you might say. Your words have certainly made quite an impression on my friend and I. The Resistance has long, and some would say wisely, avoided open engagements with the Garleans, But you and yours seem confident against the world in arms. I can only assume you have good reason to be so bold. Why, one might even think you are planning to summon a primal. Because that would do much to explain the sizable shipment of crystals you recently received from your smuggler friends, whom our Ishgardian allies have since detained, lest you wonder.
I'd like to hear more about the Griffin. The real Griffin. Your performance earlier didn't fool us.
Ah, the famous scions of the Seventh Dawn. I should have known better than to think I could conceal the truth from you lot. You are right. I am not the Griffin, but I speak with his voice, and it was at his behest that we procured those crystals. You are wrong, however, if you think that we procured them to summon a primal. We used them to reach an accord with the Amalja. In exchange for crystals to summon their god, they will aid us in the fight for Alamegan liberation.
What?
You've got to be joking. Have you gone completely mad? When people find out you helped the Lizardmen summon Ifrit, they'll turn on the resistance. Alamigo will never be free.
This isn't a fairy tale, girl. We don't have the luxury to play at being honorable heroes. It's because the likes of you wouldn't sully your saintly hands that Alamigo's been under the yoke for the past 20 years. But the Griffin won't stand for it, and neither will we. We're ready to do whatever it takes.
What proof do you have of this arrangement with the Amalja?
What? Aside from a lack of crystals? None. But the beastmen have a great big pile of the things if you fancy looking. You might want to hurry, though. It'll not be long before they summon their god. Search our camp if you don't believe me. We have naught to hide.
If there is a cache to be found, Ida and I will find it.
Then let us be off. Are you perchance the Warrior of Light? Aye, I thought so. You should know that a great many who have joined us did so because you saved them. Because you showed them that one brave woman can make a difference. You saved me too once. Helped a friend over in Quarry Mill make some medicine I needed. But that was a lifetime ago.
No, I totally remember that. Because no one there would help you.
On behalf of my brothers and sisters, I thank you. You gave us hope where there was none, courage and strength when all was lost. We shall not squander your gift.
I know that look, Ida, and I do not like it. You cannot seriously be contemplating taking up arms with that band of cutthroats.
I just...
If the Griffin and his men have their way, it is only a matter of time before the situation in Alamigo comes to a head. Your homeland's future teeters on a knife edge, and any reckless action, however small, could have irrevocable consequences. You mustn't lose sight of that, Ida. When the time comes, we must all make our choices, but we must do so in full possession of the facts. Now, let us away. There is work to be done.
LD, doesn't Papalimo remind you of Fioris? I get like the same energy from Papalimo that I get from Fioris. Quarrymill, he said, do you remember? Forgive me, you cannot be expected to recall every name and things, and besides, it's not as if it matters. I have long admired how you live in the present, how you focus on the problems at hand, and always keep moving forward. So let's keep moving forward together, Inning. We must find and secure those crystals. This is no time for looking back. I mean, I totally remember him. One life for the world. This is not the quest. We only have like 20 minutes left. I don't know if that's enough time. If we take the Griffin's double at his word, then the crystals are now somewhere in Zarok, ready to be put to use by the Amalsha. We must surprise Alizé of all we have learned. I will join you both in Little Alamigo after I have changed. Oh, Thancred's here. That Thancred has finally arrived. Mayhap you could share your latest findings. You mean to tell me that while we were worrying ourselves sick, Ida and Papalimo were here all along? Well, Y'shtola will be relieved, and also angry. Mainly angry, I should think. As for the crystals, what choice do we have? We cannot very well leave them in the hands of the Amalsha. For all we know, they could be preparing to summon Ifrit even as we speak. We must make for Zaharok without delay. Agreed. There is naught else to discuss. Let us depart at once. Now, who is watching us? And so they go forth, in accordance with the Griffin's plan. Orion Shang. The players gather to assume their marks on the stage wreathed in flame. Ere long the curtain shall rise, and the drama of which I am author, gods forgive me, shall at last be performed. Naught else remaineth, save to stand at the ready, and pray that the chances sings, for never shall we know its like again. Yeah, it looks like we got a duty. Yeah, they're saying it's quiet. This isn't good. All seems calm here. Is it possible that we've been deceived? I confess, I expected a warmer greeting, but we must not jump to conclusions, not until we have braved the bowl of embers. We must be ready to engage the enemy at any moment. If you would make any final preparations, pray do so now. Yep. Upon proceeding into the Bowl of Embers, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Highly recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. "20 minutes does not sound like enough time, sadly. So I think we're going to need to hold off on doing this until next stream. Because, yeah, the way it sounds, we got a duty and then a lot of cutscenes. Yeah. I have less than 18 minutes, which is not going to be enough time. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Let's see. I know in 13 hours, I'm going to be streaming again for Savage Prague. And then I'll be back at the same time I started today to continue with MSQ. And then on Friday, I'm going to be doing a collab stream with Coaching. And that's mostly going to be focusing on doing side content for post Heavensward. Because, like, I know there's primal fights we haven't unlocked, the new alliance ring, and, like, I just have a ton of blue quests to do. So, I'm assuming Kochi's in the same spot. I know story-wise, she isn't that far behind me, or she might have caught up today. I don't know. So if she still is doing story, we can obviously help her with the dungeons and the fights. But, yeah. That's going to go ahead. That's going to be it for now. As always, if you enjoyed the stream, please consider leaving a like. And if you want to be notified about future streams, please consider subscribing. But, yeah, thank you all for coming and hanging out. I hope you'll have a wonderful day. And I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye, y'all.